Welcome into all of you guys. Let's start with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we are in a little bit midst of a dip right now. I mean, it's been all Bitcoin this cycle. I mean, we've had Solana have their scam year of 2024, which we'll get into tonight, but it's been all Bitcoin. Everything else is pure and utter trash. This industry is a fucking joke, and led by Ethereum, which is just dead. I mean, as dead as it can be. I am done calling and hoping for a bottom on Ethereum. We've been doing it for about 6 months now. We've been looking for sentiment bottoms, price bottoms. It continues to bleed against BTC. I'm done with it. So maybe me being done with it and not giving a shit about it anymore will make it go up. I don't know. But Bitcoin is at about 96.5K right now, just chilling out. I mean, it's perfectly fine where it is. I sent a message to you and DJ Moonboy the other night. It was so funny. Like, so many people on the Twitter timeline were like, panicking and depressed and all this stuff about the industry as a whole and Bitcoin and stuff like that, when Bitcoin just closed its highest close in month close in history in January. So pretty amazing for Bitcoin. Ethereum, of course, on the other hand, is, I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, it's pathetic. It's a 2750. Its ratio went down to about 0.23 the other night. It went down, wicked to like 2K, 2100 the other night on Saturday when everybody was panicking. And then Bitcoin just goes right back up the next day and there's no issues at all. Actually, I think it was Saturday, Sunday. Everything was totally on fire. But yeah, that's where we are. It's February 5th. Bitcoin looks fine. It has looked fine. I'm sure Bitcoin maxis are very happy with the cycle, obviously, so far. But continuing to buy into that massive of a trend of dominance, I think, is not going to be the optimal move from here on out for anybody. And even though Ethereum looks like there's no end in sight at bleeding, this thing's going to turn around at some point. I do think it's out the window that it's going to get back to any kind of a good ratio against BTC this cycle, though. I just don't. I think that some of people's hopes for Ethereum being crazy this cycle, I think, are gone. I do think that the better BTC does, obviously, the better ETH will do. I just don't think that its ratio against BTC is going to be that great. I'm even painting a scenario where we could still get a 15 to 20K ETH, but it might require Bitcoin at 250K or something like that, which there are people that totally believe. I mean, there's people that totally believe that, or 300K Bitcoin, and you would still have a crazy good Ethereum price by then, but its ratio would not be as good as it traditionally has gotten against BTC. So yeah, anyway, I'm sure you have some thoughts on those things.
Well, yeah, this was on actually Sunday into Monday, this candle that went from basically 2,900 all the way down to 2,100 within, the day. It did recover right back before it closed. But just that kind of movement from 2,800 down to 2,100 back up to 2,850 or so. Within one candle, it just, that looks like major manipulation of some sort. I don't know if it was a bunch of shorts or longs that got liquidated. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but it just looks like complete fuckery to me. If you don't mind me being honest, I mean, it's just. It looks like something weird, and it could be because of the ETFs. It could be there's a lot of people that want Ethereum that are trying to suppress the price, and I really think that's what's going on. You got Vitalik doing weird stuff. I
mean, that's not new necessarily, but
that's not new. The Ethereum Foundation continues to sell as well. So there's all kind of things that are just making this look weird that could provide us with one hell of a comeback. I really think Ethereum is still a strong coin, a strong buy. But it's been crazy to watch this. It takes some brass balls to be getting in, is basically what I'm saying. And usually that's how the people that make the most money make the most money.
Right.
So, it's just been on this crazy downturn with Bitcoin taking the power. I do believe it's because of BlackRock, because of the ETF, MicroStrategy. They're not going to be a company that, well, I don't know. Just knowing Michael Saylor and knowing his kind of belief, saying that there is only one coin and that's Bitcoin.
As long as
I
it's a new all-time highs, then I'll buy it.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know what their take will be, but you've got BlackRock, you've got MicroStrategy, you've got a lot of big things buying, big corporations and whatnot buying the Bitcoin, holding that up to 96,000 right now. But the Ethereum is just not seeing that kind of power or adoption, so to speak, from mainstream quite yet. So I think it will come. But yeah, I mean, let's look at this ratio is just it's it's still 0.028, which it's been holding in that 0.02, 0.03 area now since the whole way back to October at least. I mean, and we go further, it was 0.04. So yeah, I mean it's fluctuated between 0.04 and 0.03. We are into the 0.028 right now, but yeah, I mean, you said it earlier. I agree completely with you. As we're getting tired of trying to call an ETH bottom here because, could this have been it? This 21 100 dip that we saw on Sunday and Monday, very well, but who knows with the amount of manipulation that looks to be happening. So just going to have to see, kind of keep an eye on it. It will turn around. We are getting into that part of the cycle now where things can really take off at any time and rather quickly. So
what you said is well said, I think. Yeah, the manipulation part. I mean, and I mean, who knows what they could be doing? We know the Trumps have been buying up Ethereum now for weeks at crazy clips, which has been awesome because we talked about it the other week when he launched the Trump coin and all that. It basically was the top marker of Solana. And then, he sells a bunch of his profits, rotates it into Ethereum, which was awesome just to see Solana kind of get cucked finally like that. And Eric Trump obviously tweeting about Ethereum the other day. I mean, like they're clearly that's where their money is lying. I mean, they own like twice the Ethereum that they do Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's where the gains are. I mean, that's where people are going to see the more X's. I mean, you buy one Bitcoin at 100,000 right now, you got to get 200,000 for a 2X, right? People see Ethereum at least getting to 10. There's a 3, if not 20. There's a 6. I just think your risk versus your reward is much greater with Ethereum and the outcome. But it is what it is. We'll see how it all plays out. But I still think the Ethereum buy right now is a better return.
Yeah, well, certainly better than Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, I think its heights that it can reach against Bitcoin this cycle are not going to be up to people's hopes. But if Bitcoin continues to have a good cycle, I mean, we're going to see Ethereum raise in USD value, which is still good. So